Well, hey there. Welcome back to the People Gardener podcast. Happy to have you here. Let's talk about right people, right spot. It's something that I talk a lot about inside my Leader Grow First program, and definitely something that we work on inside the Raving Fans Society. Looking at it more to those that you hire being the right person in the right spot. But today I want to take it just a little bit different look at it. Let's focus on you. And are you the right person in the right spot? And as a small business owner, so many things fall on your plate. And one of the mistakes, it's so hard to call it a mistake because often you're just feeling like you have no other choice because there's only one of you and there's so many things to be done. And you might not have a big team, let's say. But the mistake is that you believe that you have to do it all. You have to do all of these things. And when you make that choice to do all the things, more often than not, the end result is nothing is done well. You are feeling completely overwhelmed. You are feeling burdened. Business becomes an absolute drag. You don't even want to have it anymore or do it anymore because it's too much. And the reality is, it is too much for one person to do. So I wrote down a number of things that I want you to just take a minute and think. Is there somebody on my team, an employee that I have right now, that would be better suited to take on this role? Let's just kind of start at the beginning here. You're feeling like you need to hire. How do you figure out what it is that you need this person to do? Do you need to write a job description, a skill description? And for you, the owner who had kind of been doing everything, are you the best person to actually write out that job description? Do you intimately know what it is that they need to do? Or do you need to talk to somebody on the team who would be directly impacted by this new hire and bounce some ideas off of them? Or maybe even hand this over to them. Get their perspective on the skill sets needed and what the job description should be. They're in the trenches. They get the feel. They get the vibe. They have a more intimate understanding of what is needed. So maybe you need to move that off your plate. In the hiring, are you the best person to do the hiring? Or is there somebody in your organization that is skilled at communication, is skilled at putting people at ease, and is discerning about humans, about how people present themselves? There could be somebody that would be perfect for this role. So yeah, maybe you're not the right person to do the hiring. And then the onboarding and the training. Yes, you have to be completely involved in setting up the standard operating procedures so that people are onboarded and brought into your company in the way that you want them to. But do you need to do that? Or is there somebody in your organization that would be stellar at it? Think about, that's what this episode's for. Think about all of the things and figure out if there's somebody else that could be doing it. So then we've got project management. So as things go through your business, however your flow is there somebody else that could be watching and managing and putting their hand up when things get a little rough or when some troubleshooting needs to be done? The team building and the recognition. Yes, you can't get away from that because it's necessary as the business owner to be connected to your team. What I'm saying is you don't have to put it all together. You don't have to create the program. You don't have to, book the time in a conference room or in a bowling alley or whatever. Like, there are people on your team that will probably excel at that. And yes, you participate, and yes, you're all in and you give your support. Assessments, thinking of the productivity assessments, feedback. Absolutely, you have to be involved. But again, it doesn't have to be completely on your shoulders. If you've got, 10, 15, 20 employees and you have supervisors, or you have floor leads, or maybe you have a manager, help them, train them how to do assessments and what is important for you and feedback. It's so easy because, yes, the buck stops with you. And it's so easy to take on all of these things that are important to the business, but you don't do. There's another way of doing it, and that's by putting the right person in the right spot. And you are definitely not the right person for all of these tasks. None of us are, and that's okay. You just have to recognize that you are not the one, and then you've got to work at figuring out who is the right one. You got product development, right? You might be thinking that, hey, I've got to come up with it all. Get into your employees' brains. They have all sorts of ideas of things that might work. They're in the trenches. They're talking with the customers. They know what the customers are feeling and wishing and all the rest of it. So let them help. And then, okay, let's get into the financials, the bookkeeping, the financial projections. Yeah, there are bookkeepers out there. There's virtual assistants out there that can help you with so many of these things, laying the groundwork and presenting you with information. You're so far beyond the starting point when you actually get this information, and it doesn't take you as long or as much brain power to work your way through it. Let people help you. Looking at my list here, other things. Oh, the other one was the productivity assessment, like determining whether or not your processes and procedures are actually functional, like they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Get in there and let your employees help you understand where the roadblocks are. You can fix the roadblock. You can participate in fixing the roadblock. But you're probably not the best person to identify them because you're not in the trenches. You're at your desk, you're the visionary, you're looking at the big picture, and you're trusting people to do the work and to give you feedback. Be okay with not being the right person. Be okay with not being in the right spot. Be aware and then make the adjustments so that you get the right person in the right spot. And then what happens is things flow much easier. You have lots of time given back to you. You're not feeling overwhelmed. You're actually having fun in your business, and it is being productive and profitable. As you're doing this, you are transforming your employees into raving fans. And those raving fans are the ones that are going to give you freedom in your life and more profit in your business. That's it for this week. We'll talk to you again next week.